And welcome back to Viewpoint. We're talking about leveling the playing field for minorities, specifically African Americans in our country and in our city. And with me are D.C. Delegate Eleanor Holmes Norton and Dr. Julianne Malveaux. You were talking about how that there's a lot of networking now, abilities for entrepreneurs or people who hope to start that just by using, I guess, social media.
Absolutely. I mean, their websites, motleyfool.com is one of my favorites. It has lots of information.
The local group in Alexandria.
Absolutely. Yep. And the Small Business Administration has information. Of course, most people need some starting capital, but many who've been laid off or in other kinds of situations just throw it out there because they've got to bring some money in.
Well, most of these small businesses get their initial capital from relatives and from, frankly, using their credit cards.
Yeah.
They can't get it from a bank if you have no
Especially
experience.
These days, yeah.
But remember what a small business person is. It's a risk taker. So if you're not willing to risk your own credit card and your cousin and your mother and your father-in-law not willing to give you some money, it is going to be hard, particularly in this economy, to start a small business.
Certainly, everybody cannot be an entrepreneur, but I always encourage those who have ideas, risk-taking. And I always say entrepreneurs are people who can find value when there's none there. Who invented the pet rock? And who purchased it? There was no value there.
And there's still nothing.
So on my campus, I find students who have problems with the tuition bill, and next thing you know, they're braiding hair out of their dorm rooms. They're making jewelry out of their dorm rooms. And it's that kind of spirit, the spirit of Madam C.J. Walker, who's mentioned in the book, or Maggie Lena Walker, who's from this region, Richmond, Virginia, who, with a second-grade education, started a bank.
I loved her story. Wasn't that amazing? And that was in the turn of the century, too. It wasn't like she wasn't doing it. Yeah.
And that bank merged a couple times, only went out of business, Eleanor, after our most recent banking problems in 2000.
And another thing that you point out is that the beauty of the African American community is they take care of their own. They shop at their own places. There's a lovely sort of village there that helps each other out. That maybe people need to be reminded of that now and helping out, you know, friends and stuff who are struggling and are starting new projects. Because it doesn't have to be. You don't have to, you know, be building a skyscraper. You can be doing something like you said, creating the sprinkler system. You know, just doing a simple scale. Making jewelry, right?
And providing opportunities for other people, because when we look at this labor market, what we understand is that African American people particularly will have to create jobs in order to employ the community. So many people are being peripheralized. Young men with prison records can't find employment, many others, and so it's really important for us to be involved in the dynamism that is the American economy. Even in these times, there's a dynamism to our economy.
Well, you spoke about the growing wealth gap. There was already a huge wealth gap. The reason the wealth gap has grown so hugely is because the wealth of African Americans was disproportionately in their home. And of course, the mortgage debacle hit African Americans and people of color generally in the worst way, wiping out their wealth. They had wiped out the wealth of millions upon millions of Americans, but when you are late accumulating wealth, and it's in your home, and you've been essentially defrauded by these people who encouraged everybody to buy a house, African Americans have been set back in the race to catch up.
You know, it's been generations worth of wealth that's been lost. The estimate of something over $200 billion, with the wealth gap between African Americans and whites now greater than it's been since the data has been collected in 1984.
Isn't that odd? You'd think it'd be going in the other direction.
Not when you start out behind, as our Congresswoman has said, and then you continue to be behind, but then you get this devastating blow that's uneven. It didn't hit everyone evenly. African Americans were more likely to have subprime loans. African Americans were more likely to have gotten into any number of other kinds of loan packages that required the sly, the slick, and the wicked to basically sell them. Grandma wants to fix her roof, and instead of being lent $10,000 to fix her roof, Mr. Slick comes and says, well, I can give you $100,000. Well, Grandma, with her Social Security check, has no way of paying $100,000 back, but by the time she sort of hustled, she gets that loan, and then in 2 years, she's out of her home.
Okay. When we come back, I want to talk about how you two are so successful as women. We'll be right back with Viewpoint.